The new My Hero Academia movie for your next trailer dropped earlier today. I actually find it quite hilarious. The movie that is coming next in the lineup of My Hero Academia movies is actually the one that is inspired by this poster. So, you're next. The way we're going to do this is we are going to watch the trailer together. Go ahead and skip a little bit if you want to just go ahead and listen to my analysis. If I feel like I have something to say about the trailer, I will go ahead and say it. And this will kind of be like a reaction analysis. And I don't do these a lot, so if you guys have any pro tips or have any feedback, let me know. Now, let's go back a little bit. The first My Hero movie was My Hero Two Heroes. I almost had to look over there for a second. My Hero Two Heroes, which involved a villain that crashed a party and or event involving the world's top heroes and their artifacts or memorabilia. Is that the word I'm looking for? For all old heroes and artifacts. So that one also involved Deku in Class 1A taking the reins and taking a little bit of control, with Deku and All Might fighting to the end together, defeating Wolfram. I think that was his name, Wolfram. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. Now, movie number 2, My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. That one had Class 1A take control and run the show with literally them on an island by themselves, taking charge and being the heroes of said island. No heroes are dispatched to this island, so it'd be good practice for Class 1A up and coming heroes to learn how to run an agency. That one also had its own twist where the villain was basically one of my favorite villains of all of My Hero, Nine. Nine was basically a nerfed Shigaraki and All For One. He basically had multiple quirks as well, and that didn't go well for him at all. That one had Deku and Bakugo and all of Class 1A team up to fight the various villains on the island. Had a really good plan. It worked out fucking beautifully. And let me tell you, Deku and Bakugo's last fighting scene together in that movie was probably one of the most beautiful things to ever be witnessed in cinema. Then we have movie number 3. Finally, we had World's Heroes missions. What did that one entail? World's Hero mission, we had Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki at this point with Endeavor because they're part of the Endeavor agency, and now they are overseas. This one involves Fleck Turn, the villain of some evil organization, and he had one of the also more interesting powers. Basically, had infinity, like Gojo's infinity. You can't lie, that's basically what it was. Man reflected, and you could not touch him. Deku literally just power punched his way through that, man. All right, and that was World's Heroes mission, with also Todoroki and Bakugo having their own respective scenes. And why am I bringing this up? A really good point. Stay tuned to the end of the video.
一つ問おう。新時代を作るには何が必要だと思うかね。そう、破壊だ。
Was that all Danger Sense popping off? I was gonna let the trailer go through first. I swear to you, bro. But was that Danger Sense? Hold on, dog. Dog, ain't no way that's Danger Sense popping off like that.
破壊だ。球体にしがみつく者どもよ。新たな象徴を前に己の脆弱さを思い知るがいい。
早く逃げて。そんなことさせっけ。俺が止める。お前はオールマイトなんかじゃない。
Let's
ダ
go.
ークマイト。新しい象徴のなさ。
First of all, he has here like the combining colors of One for All that Deku and All Might has whenever they're about to do their like big smash on an enemy. They combine all the powers of One for All into one big final smash. Something I want to point out here is think about the timeline of this movie taking place. I believe this is kind of happening obviously after season 6, but before season 7. After Deku gets back to UA possibly, or you would think this movie would happen during his vigilante, but I can understand why they're making it so that it's happening after he gets back to UA. At the same time, this is also after season 6, we kind of already have the secret out there that One For All is not Deku's quirk, is All Might's quirk handed to Deku. Spoiler alert if you did not fucking know that already. This could be some type of villain who knows that and is using that scientifically in some way. Maybe he's quirkless and maybe he has some type of way to be powerful.
一つと新時代を作るに
I can fix her. I can fix her. My hero always has to have some villain character with some nasty ass nose. He looks cool. I hope he gets time. He looks cool.
時代を作るには
Okay. Something I'm realizing about a lot of these characters, they have rings. I don't know if that's an aesthetic thing or that's their organization.
何が必要だと
He also has rings. But if you look, his ring right here, or his color on the gem or whatever, looks to be blue, while this guy seems to have red. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm overanalyzing. I know. I'm sorry.
何が必要
And whatever he's about to do it with this hand.
だと思う
We have Deku's Danger Sense popping off. For those of you who are not caught up, Danger Sense is basically Spider Sense. And yes, I can say that because they're both cool as fuck. But you would think looking at this is like, oh, this is just lightning in the background and then the one Danger Sense that's happening is over here to the right. No, I think Deku is being overwhelmed with all the danger around him.
そう破壊だ球体にしがみつく前に
I don't know what could be happening here. I feel like this has something to do with people's quirks, though.
己の脆弱
We have Class 1A jumping into action, of course.
さを思い知るがいい
Uraraka. So he has the rings here again. And now 2 of the 4 rings are different. I'm really looking into these rings wrong as shit for no reason, and I'm so sorry. Do not click away. Here we have what seems to be our Dark All Might. Or Dark Might, All Dark, Evil Might. He has an official name. I have the website pulled up. He has an official name. He's definitely part of some organization or group. He doesn't look to have gems on his particular set of rings, which are interesting because like I pointed out before, one guy has red, the other one has blue. We have Deku here trying to save some civilians using Black Whip. It looks like here. Is this a punch being charged up by Dark? Okay, obviously this is a punch being charged up by Dark All Might. But the thing is, look where the frame in the Shining frame is, where the Shining frame is happening at. It looked like it's happening on one of the rings. I might be crazy. Okay. We have amazing cuts for all the characters. All, that was
ダークマイト新しい
Okay, he said
象
Dark
徴
All
の
Might
な
there.
さがいい
早く逃げてことさせっけ俺が止めるお前はオールマイトなんかじゃない
ダークマイト新しい象己の脆弱さを思い知るがいい
早く逃げてことさ
Okay, now
せっけ俺が止めるお前はオールマイトなんかじゃない俺が止めるお前は
fix her. I can fix her. Okay, wait. This lady in the back has her hands on her shoulder. She's the key to something. You're probably wondering, no fucking shit. But you probably didn't come up with that synopsis yourself when you first looked at this. She looks familiar. He obviously has Deku. I think that's Deku's leg. He has Deku's leg. He's holding his fucking ankle, and it looks like his hand is enlarged.
ダークマイト新しい象徴のなさ
Obviously, in the first trailer, we saw that the villain felt connected to All Might with his Your Next line after defeating All For One at the end of season 3 that this is just a battle of All Might fans. This is a All Might fan club battle royale. That's the simplest way to put it, and I'm here for it. I understand. So we have here the official website for the My Hero Academia, the movie, or next. We have I have the page translated. We have, I'm assuming, the original trailer and then the movie announcement. I remember when the movie announcement, we all assumed that it was a solo Deku movie, and boy, were we fucking wrong. A new symbol appears. This book depicts a completely new original story just before the final battle between heroes and villains. In a society devastated by the effects of an all-out war, a mysterious giant fortress suddenly appears. To confirm, this is after season 6. And in front of Izuku and the others stand a man who is a reminiscent of the symbol of peace of the past. In a world where people with supernatural individuality have become commonplace, the world's uttered the number one hero, All Might, who has called this symbol of peace. Immediately after winning the battle to the death against the evil emperor, who probably translated as All For One. Cool way, I've never seen UA spelled like that, and I automatically was like, oh, duh. In a society devastated by the effects of an all-out war, a mysterious giant force just suddenly appears and engulfs the city and people one after another. And in front of Izuku and the others, a man who looks like the symbol of peace stands in front of them. Oh. Bakugo, Ochako, Todoroki, Tenya. It's cool how they here on the website they call quirks personalities, because technically your quirk is an extension of your personality in some way. Unless you're like somebody, you know, who had your quirk stolen. My thing that I realized is I do believe that the rings have something to do with it, especially it being an organization, and that there are different colored rings and designs on looks like to be each of the villains. I do not know for certain if that has anything to do with his quirk or not. Nobody really knew what Fleck-Turn's quirk was. We barely even saw Fleck-Turn in the trailer for World's Hero Mission. And then 9, we kind of got some glimpse of him having multiple quirks or whatever the case may fucking be. Now, with this Dark Might guy, obviously we can tell that he felt personal and he felt like All Might was talking to him when he said, "You're next." Now, obviously he wasn't fucking talking to him. Talking to Deku. Talking to everybody else. And that's where I think this is my theory. This is where my theory comes in. What if in your next, the villain has something to do with having multiple quirks? Now, I know we've done this already. 9 had multiple quirks, yes. But what if, like how I pointed out at the beginning, this is just a hint that he has something with him to help him have multiple quirks too? I might be going off the deep end here, and I'm sorry. I just thought of something else that's kind of crazy. What if... So yeah, the colors are a representation of all the other quirks in One For All, right? That's what I picked up the moment I saw this. That he felt that personal, and he also kind of saw that One For All was not actually All Might's quirk. The greatest hero demon had his own quirk. He handed it down to somebody else, right? To Deku. Now, what if this Dark Might shares quirks with everybody else in the organization? Because you can see here, where my cursor is all the way at the bottom, this guy has rings too. A colored set of rings on the same exact fingers, on the same exact hand. So does this guy. He has... Well, actually, hold on. He didn't have one on his thumb. He doesn't have one on his thumb. That's completely fine. That could be a preference thing. He has rings on his finger, different colors. Same exact hand. Danger Sense popping off. Meaning there's multiple dangers around. Evil fucking All Might. Alright. This colorful shit around the fortress is a theme I'm seeing a lot of. Now, what if this aura or substance is something that's taking quirks away from people? Like, what if this is like a worldwide catastrophe of this evil All Might trying to make himself the next All Might and symbol of peace by taking quirks away from other people. The thing with that is basically just 9 all over again. Like, it's like 9 in Fleck Turn, like the powerhouse of 9, having multiple quirks or the access to multiple quirks, with the idea of Fleck Turns, fuck it, we're gonna blow up everybody, but instead we're gonna just steal quirks. And I like, obviously we have no information on this movie at all. We've only seen 2 trailers and maybe an extra clip. So my theory is this Dark Might guy shows up, starts taking quirks from civilians. Obviously, in the first trailer, which I also have pulled up, give me a second. Obviously, he witnessed this, right? You're next. He has the rings here too, and it's the fact that these rings are being showcased in the trailer. Like, there's a focus on them. And I'm pretty sure it could be a rendering thing. It could just be art and shading involved. 2 middle rings here have design on it. These don't. Thinking I'm just fucking crazy, and that's just because he's in a dark shaded area, and that makes completely sense. Don't worry too much about me talking right there. Deku's here, chasing after a truck or a car. Amazing animation, by the way. I also, please somebody let me know down in the comments below who are the, I guess, animators onto this movie. I believe that the animator who had done the fight for Deku and Bakugo versus 9 is involved here. Okay? Beautiful, amazing shots. Shout out to Bones, but Bones, do not fuck up season 7 for this movie. Please. Please. There's too much happening in season 7 for you to fuck this up. I want the movie to be good, but I also want a good season at the same time. Same little aura here. The fortress kind of looks the same, but kind of different. You can see the monument to All Might up there too. I guarantee you that's where the final fight is going to happen. Under the monument of All Might. Obviously, Deku's in the air. Everybody's getting caught up in this thing. People are getting sucked up and dragged in. But here's something to deny my theory of it being a quirk related thing or a quirk related attack. Obviously, we see here he is not having his tail taken away. His tail is part of his quirk. He has a strong ass tail. You would think if his quirk is being taken away, his tail be disappearing. Or it could be something of it just drags everybody in and then they get their quirks taken away. Or it's a shared thing of if you touch this aura, whoever has a ring can use your quirk. That would also be kind of fucked up. My name has been Odd, TK, Audie the Kid. Thank you all for tuning in so much. To wrap everything up, I'm just going to reiterate. My theory is it has something to do with the rings and him share or him sharing or having the ability to multiple quirks. That could be a cop-out for us already dealing with 9. Maybe the villain feels some type of way that it wasn't given to him, and maybe he's taking revenge, or maybe he's just going to say, fuck it, nobody gets to have a quirk or power, since quirks are not technically that sacred or exclusive to somebody if they can just be taken away and given. That's my take on it. I'm obviously going to be wrong by the time the movie comes out, but I would love to hear everybody else's views on the movie. Please let me know if you're going to be watching it day one. I know I will. Please come back to this video as well to be like, aha, you was fucking wrong, or haha, you was right. My name has been Audie. Thank you all. Peace out.